What's up guys, it's your boy Kidamaki. Today we're gonna talk about Boruto Chapter 52. So the spoilers for Boruto Chapter 52 dropped maybe about 2 hours ago or 3 hours ago, depending on when I upload this video. Maybe it will be later on tonight, so the timeline might be a little bit messy, but that's not important. What's important is what we learned in today's chapter. This chapter was amazing. I'm talking about the chapter as if it aired already, but the amount of information we got, right? The amount of panels that were leaked today, like I feel as if I already read the chapter. This was just amazing, and we got a few translations we got to go through because this is just, I don't know if I should even make this video right now because the information in this chapter, bro, the information we got in this chapter is just amazing. I don't feel right, it just doesn't feel right to spoil it for you guys. So guys, spoiler warning, if you want to stay, go right ahead. If you want to leave, do that as well guys, because this is just amazing. Okay, before we get into the chapter, I just want to talk about the cover art. The cover art looks amazing, but it's a little surprising to me because I didn't expect him to be in red. And I don't know if someone just drew this or if someone just colored it. I don't know if it's official, but this is the cover art I'm seeing on the internet. And we also saw a gray one, so I'm not sure if this is really official, so take it with a grain of salt. I needed to do a little bit more research, but I just had to come on guys. But yeah, this cover art looks amazing. Even if he's in red, that's fine to me because he still looks amazing in red. But yeah, I expected him to be a little bit more on the yellow side or orange. So yeah, but it looks amazing as I said earlier, so no big deal. Now what I really want to get into is the synopsis of the chapter, or just some more information on the chapter itself. Now the first one I want to go through is the one that says Naruto single-handedly fights Ishiki but is heavily injured and loses the fight. Now this is really important, and I think this is basically the most important part of the chapter. It basically tells us what's going to happen. Now we're gonna get into something else which is pretty important as well, as it relates to Kawaki and Boruto, but you know, as it relates to Naruto, what everyone has been talking about is what happens to Naruto at the end of this chapter. So what we're seeing here is basically that Naruto loses the fight. And this is gonna be similar to the prior chapter where we saw the spoilers and the synopsis of the chapter, where it says that Naruto gets a new form and then everywhere is just clouded in dust, and that's basically the end of the chapter. So I think this is similar. I don't think we should expect a lot from this chapter because based on the panels I'm seeing, it seems as if this is a action-packed chapter. So we're not going to see a lot of dialogue. We're going to see some dialogue, but mostly just fighting, like going all out brawl. So, and that's pretty good because the last chapter had a lot of things that I wished weren't there, and we didn't get to see a lot of action. So this is pretty good. And I know a lot of Naruto fans might be upset about this, that Naruto loses the fight, but you know, as I said in my Naruto and Sasuke are nerfed video, Naruto and Sasuke are not going to be the star of this show. They haven't been in a very long time. Now they have been carrying the show as it relates to getting the old viewers back, but you know, Boruto has its own audience, right? And they're trying to give it its own audience, right? A bigger audience. So they can't keep on relying on Naruto to save the day, right? So Boruto has to do something here. Something has to happen between Boruto and Kawaki to basically give them this push to stardom, right? To push them in front, to the forefront of the Boruto series. So I think this was expected, to be honest. I hope he goes out properly. I want to see the fight scenes. A lot of the fight scenes I saw earlier when looking at the spoilers were pretty good. So hopefully we see him pull off a few new techniques and so on. So that would be pretty important. But yeah, Naruto loses the fight, but it's pretty important to note that Naruto fought him single-handedly. And based on the chapters, I'm going to pull it up, based on the panels I'm going to pull them up here. We're seeing that Naruto actually is holding his own. Right? If you look at Ishiki, he's all bloodied up, his mouth is bleeding, he's all scratched up and bruised up, and you know, he's basically trading blows, right, with Ishiki, which is pretty important and which is pretty good. So it shows that this form wasn't for nothing. He did do what he needed to do, which was to delay the inevitable. And when I say delay the inevitable, that's where Kawaki comes in. So moving on to the next panel, what we're seeing here is that Ishiki basically summons Kawaki. Now this is pretty weird, and when I first saw it I was like, how is that even possible? Are they gonna do another ass pull with Ishiki, like he has some other powers that he was not using, he was just playing with Naruto the entire time? But yeah, but I decided to, you know, what you should do before you make videos like this, do some research, And you know, I went to a YouTube channel that I normally watch my videos on, which is For Neverworld. Like, he's a great YouTuber. I wouldn't say underrated because he's pretty well popular within the anime community, so you guys should really check him out if you are not watching his videos. So he said something, I don't know if this is true or it's factual or anything, but it's pretty important, and I think it has a high possibility or probability of being true. So he said that the only way Ishiki could have really summoned Kawaki is if he used the connection between Kawaki's arm and Naruto. Because what we have to remember is that the arm Kawaki has is connected to him via Naruto's chakra. So Ishiki could, in theory, use that connection between Naruto and Kawaki to target Kawaki and bring him back. Now, I didn't really understand how, because I didn't know that the Karma had the ability to basically just summon people. I knew that like the Karma user could basically just teleport to another location or just go wherever he wants to, right, and take people along with them. But I didn't know that they could summon people, right? So that's pretty important, and I think that's pretty neat, a pretty neat trick of the Karma. So I want to see if this is confirmed or if this is factual in any way. I think this is the most logical explanation. If they come with some ass pull, bro, this is going to be disappointing. So hopefully this is the explanation because it makes a lot of sense. And yeah, we get to see Kawaki, and now we know how Kawaki gets to the battlefield. So Naruto is not going to go back to the village and have this dramatic scene in front of everybody. As I said earlier in my video, Naruto is not going to die. Like, I wholeheartedly believe that Naruto is not gonna die. I can entertain the possibility and talk about what can happen if he dies, but Naruto is not gonna die, guys. Come on. So, and for never talk about something else about Naruto getting this chakra sickness, and I think we learned about this in Naruto Gaiden. I don't know if it was Naruto Gaiden, but I think I learned about this, and Sasuke is trying to find like a cure for Naruto. So this is pretty important, and it's really like a turning point in the series where we get like information like really important to the growth of the series itself, and you know, just plot, right, just to make the plot make sense and tie it back into like the first episode of Boruto, right, trying to make everything make sense. So I think this is really important, and this chapter has been by far the most informative. Like, the chapter isn't even out yet, and this chapter is just dropping F-bombs, bro. Like, this is just amazing. And I also want to talk about this new panel that we saw as well, where where Kurama is talking to Naruto, right? Naruto is just running and he's explaining some stuff to Naruto. That's before his transformation, because you're seeing Naruto in his base form. So keep that in mind. So this might be inaccurate. This could be like an ass pull by someone just saying what they want to say and acting like it's a translation. So just take this with a grain of salt. So he says that Kurama says, imaginatively, it's closer to nuclear fusion, which is how energy is produced in the sun. Naruto replied saying, nuclear fusion, what's that about? Right? That's Naruto's way of talking. Whatever. Kurama says, well, the theory doesn't matter. In short, a completely new energy is created based on your and my chakra. So this is pretty important, and I think that no one actually had this theory that that's exactly what happened. So I think everyone was thinking that maybe they just merged and Kurama gave him some 6-path chakra and he got this new form. But based on this explanation here, and this is really rock solid in science itself, like two chakras basically coming together. Like, it's a merger of Kurama and Naruto. Like, he's basically saying that they're no longer two separate beings, they're one. And you know, we have this theory in Naruto Shippuden that, you know, the Nine-Tails chakra was already leaking into Naruto's, and Naruto basically stole the Nine-Tails chakra and basically just shelved his own and used the Nine-Tails chakra separately. But now we're seeing like a complete merger of the chakras together into one, and this could lead to problems with Naruto. Naruto might not die from this form right now, but he might get ill, and that's what For Neverworld was talking about. I think this is complete, this is true, this is just 100% factual. Like, if this is what Kurama says in this chapter, when we see the new chapter come out tomorrow or day after tomorrow, like, this is just 100% facts. This is what's gonna happen. Naruto is gonna get sick, he's gonna get chakra poisoning, and this is how Naruto might die in the future, but he's not gonna die now. And yeah, it has to line up, it still has to line up with what Kawaki said in the beginning of the Boruto series, which is Boruto episode 1, chapter 1. He said that I'm going to send you where I sent the seventh. If Naruto died because of a chakra illness or chakra poisoning, that has nothing to do with Kawaki. So Kawaki still has to send Naruto somewhere. So Naruto is not dying, guys, just calm down. I think Naruto fans are still going to be upset if Naruto gets chakra sickness, and then he's going to basically be useless throughout the series. We know when the other Otsutsuki members come, he's gonna have to depend on Boruto, and that's where Boruto will really get his shine. But I think this is the best way they can go about doing it. Hopefully they don't get Naruto to basically grovel at an Otsutsuki's feet like we saw Sasuke doing in that filler arc in Boruto. Like that was just disgusting, bro. So hopefully we don't get to that in the manga. But yeah, this is just pretty amazing, and this basically just ties that up. It's not 100% facts, but it's a pretty good idea in my opinion. It's a pretty good theory, and if this translation proves to be true, then bro, this is just amazing. Now the last thing I want to talk about, it might not be the most important thing, but it might be the most important thing as it pertains to what happens in the next chapter. I think this chapter is going to end with Boruto showing the pure eye, so we're not going to see him use it. So yeah, we just have to wait until the next chapter to see what goes on with this eye and what it's capable of. But we have seen this eye a few times, maybe about 3 times in the anime. We saw it in the movie adaptation in the anime, the Chunin exam and so on, when he used it against Momoshiki. And you know, the anime, what I can respect with the anime is that they made that fight make sense, right? In the movie itself, like, how is Boruto really dodging Momoshiki's attacks and attacking him, right? So the anime adaptation made that fight make sense. It showed Boruto using the Jougan, so we can say, yeah, he used the Jougan, that's why he got the drop on Momoshiki, right? So I think they did use the Jougan well in that anime adaptation. We did see it in the anime itself in the earlier parts with Denki and all that chakra, the negative chakra thing that was going on. So yeah, we did see a lot of usage of the pure eye. But yeah, this is the first time we're seeing the official use of the eye in the manga, and I gotta say that I was waiting for this. I think I talked about this in my spoiler video, or just the chapter review video, where I talked about the possibility of Boruto using this eye in this battle, and I really want to see Borushiki, right? I still want to see Borushiki in this fight. I don't know how they're gonna explain it. Like, how does it make sense that Momoshiki is there, seeing all this going on, and he's just hiding away? Is he afraid of Ishiki? That's what I really want to know, right? Why isn't Momoshiki showing himself? Like, is he just gonna give up himself to be sacrificed? Now, based on what we know about Momoshiki, he prides himself on being the top dog, right? He's not like a father ninja like maybe Kaguya was, because Kaguya wasn't really that I-tier ninja. Momoshiki has rank over Kaguya based on what we know. So is he really gonna let himself be sacrificed to the tree? I don't know what's going on with Momoshiki, so we really need some more information on that. But I'm glad to see the Jougan being incorporated in the manga, and you know, we get to see what goes on. And I think what plays out in the next chapter or the next 2 chapters will determine or explain to us how does Boruto and Kawaki have control over their karma in the future, in the post time skip timeline we saw. And I think we're really coming up soon. We're quickly coming up on the time skip here. I don't think we're gonna have regular chapters after this fight. I think we're gonna go right into the time skip, right? And I think that's why Kishimoto is coming on. They planned this from before. He's gonna come on when they're gonna start the time skip, and you know, Kodashi was just gonna deal with what happens before. So I think this is pretty good, and you know, this manga is I've always said that the Boruto manga is amazing. I don't like the anime, it's filled with too much filler, but the manga has always been on point. You know, it has some inconsistencies here and there as it relates to the power and the capabilities of Naruto and Sasuke, but as it relates to the manga chapters themselves, like, they're just top tier, god tier, bro. And I've enjoyed every chapter for the last 2 years, every single chapter. So yeah, man, I just hope that everything plays out good. I just hope we don't see any ass pulls in this chapter or the following chapters. And I just want to hear what you guys think about this reveal, right? I know you guys don't really like to be spoiled. You know, I had some comments about it in the last video, and I'm sorry guys. I'm gonna try to basically use a title that isn't too spoilery. I think most of the information we I'm gonna reveal in this chapter. Like, you shouldn't be really surprised based on the spoilers we got from the prior chapter, so it wouldn't be anything much different from that, right? So yeah, just tell me what you guys think about this, the spoiler information we got today, in the comments down below. What do you think is gonna happen? What's gonna happen to Sasuke, right? He's like a background character right now. It's funny, but yeah, what's gonna happen to Sasuke? What's gonna happen to Naruto? What's gonna happen to Boruto and Kawaki? What's gonna happen to Ishiki? And where is Momoshiki? Like, where is the great Momoshiki? Like, I really want to know where's Momoshiki. He's just hiding away. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time. Remember, if you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified when I post new content, as I will be making more Boruto and My Academia content. I know I'm slow on the My Academia content, but I've just been busy, guys, and I'm on the road right now, and I just had to stop to make a video on these spoilers, bro, because this is just amazing. So yeah, if you like the videos, drop a like, drop a comment, share the video with your friends, and you know, yeah, just enjoy the rest of your day, guys, because that's what I'm gonna do. Peace out.